we are approaching Easter, so I thought it's appropriate that I will make a video of how I make my Easter eggs. Now, this tradition actually has been passed to me in Lithuania from my mother. We've been doing it since I was very little. We continue doing it since I'm now growing up. I think I'm already grown. But now I want to share this with you. I'm going to show this to you, but you know what I would really like to know? If you are from another country, let me know if you actually have the same tradition. It's really interesting for me whether this tradition is just a Lithuanian thing or you guys do your Easter eggs like this as well. Or also if there's any other way you do it, share that as well. So now, let's subscribe to my channel and I'll show you all of this magic. Okay, firstly, let me introduce you to my products. The most important one is eggs, of course. These are free range. I like to do my part as much as possible. If you don't eat eggs or animals, if you're vegan, of course this is gonna be annoying for you. But I eat eggs, but I do always try and buy free range, and hopefully at least a little bit of it helps. Now, it's 6 eggs, but you can make as many as you want. I live on my own, so 6 is enough for me. I also have onion leaves. This is where the magic is gonna happen. Without them, it's just wouldn't be the same. We need not a lot, but as much as possible. And basically, you just take the leaves from the onion, before you chop it, and this is what you use. Then we have just a pot where we're gonna boil the eggs afterwards. We got some butter. We're gonna need that later. I use ghee butter. Apparently, it's the healthiest butter you can use for cooking, so that's the butter I use, but you will need it later. But for now, what you will be also needing is this. Now this, if you got some at home, great. If not, it's easy to buy. It's almost in every shop, and that is the tights that we use in winter when it's cold. We wear them to make our legs warm. It's just normal tights, and I cut them in pieces, big enough to fit an egg, basically, right? And then you could wrap it. So that's where we're gonna wrap our eggs. And we have a string. Any color will do. This is just to keep the sock and the egg together. So basically, these are the things we're working on with, and it's super cheap. There's nothing expensive. I think ghee butter is the most expensive thing ever, but you could use any butter whatsoever. And basically, the flowers here is just to make you guys happy. I thought it's Easter, so I'll make an effort. And this is it. These are the products we're working with. Now, this is how we make each egg. And it's actually not that long. You just literally wrap. So the quicker you wrap, the more comfortable you are with it, the quicker everything happens. So it doesn't take a lot of time. But what you could do is actually buy online some dye. I didn't do this time because it's gonna be just as beautiful without dye. But if you buy dye, you get different colors. You can get blue, green, red. And when you start putting some dye, exactly the same way, but a little bit of dye, then your eggs actually get even more crazy colors, because from this onion, you're already gonna have some coloring, but with the dye, it's even more intense. So super cool with the dye as well. So this is what you can do. And then also you can put some flower petals and other flowers on top. So when you put the flowers in, actually, it gives you also a different ornament. So when you take the flower off, you will get it actually on the egg. But again, putting flowers on, it's better when you do it with the dye. Then it's a little bit more obvious. Now that my eggs are wrapped, I will put some cold water on top of them, and then I'm gonna put them to boil. Now, when it starts boiling, I'm gonna boil them for 15 minutes, okay? They have to be really hard boiled. Now, you have to make sure the water starts boiling inside first, and then count your time for 15 minutes. After you take them out, you have to take the water out and put some cold water on top and let them stay with the cold water until you feel like you can touch them, because they're going to be super hot. It will be hard to unwrap them. So let them go and stay in the cold water and then you unwrap them. So that's exactly what I will do, and I will see you for the unveil. Okay guys, I am so excited to show you what actually happens when you boil these eggs in the onion leaves. Alright, so let the unveiling begin. Alright, we're gonna start with the first one. And as you can see, the string is a little bit loose. Don't worry, at this point, it doesn't matter. Don't squeeze it too much. And remember, we had it in cold water first, so now it's comfortable to hold them, right? So look, first of all, can you see how the sock is already a little bit different color? And look how the leaves, onion leaves, already also changed a little bit of color. And now as I'm gonna take the leaves off gently, look at that. Oh, it's beautiful. Oh my goodness, gently, gently. We take it off. Look at that. Oh, that's just stunning. That's just absolutely beautiful. Look, there's a little bit of darker place. Aren't they stunning? All natural. And imagine, as I said, when you put some color in it, it just looks so beautiful. And the most wonderful thing, every single one is different. So you never know what you're gonna have. Now, before I unveil other ones as well, let me show you what I'm gonna do next. So now I'm gonna take the little wetness off, and I'm just literally pressing a little bit into the napkin. I have a napkin here, but you can have a little bit of a paper napkin. Just be very gentle, because the egg, the dye, the imprint is still fresh. So just gently. That's it. And then what we're gonna do now, this is the time when you actually use butter. As I say, I use ghee, but you can use any butter whatsoever. So I'm just gonna take a little spoon and do this and just put it a little bit on my finger, like that. Usually I open all of them first and then I do it. But now I just really wanna show you a little bit quicker. So what happens when the egg dries, it doesn't shine anymore, right? It becomes a bit more matte color. So as you put butter on top of it, all the way around, careful, slip it, all the way around, and then it becomes shiny. So when you put it in your little bowl or your little basket, the egg is all shiny. It's not matte, it's always a little bit shiny. Don't put too much so that it will be too slippery. I might have put a little bit too much for this one. I'm gonna put it back on a napkin, it's gonna be okay. But this is basically what it looks like. Isn't that amazing? Guys, you don't need a lot of money to make a nice Easter, and I think this is one of the most beautiful natural ways you could actually make the Easter eggs. We've been through a lot this year, so it would be nice to do something like this. Give it to somebody you love if you have the possibility, or leave the basket with the colored eggs by somebody's door. Be nice to one another. Easter is not the same as it was before this year, so let's spread some joy, even if it's with a small thing like that. And guys, all I did, I put a little napkin in my little bowl, and it actually looks now a little bit more impressive. Experiment, have fun, and I have so many other things to show you. All you need to do is subscribe to this channel, and you shall be part of my wisdom.